There we go. All right. Hold up. All right. I'm so freaking nervous, dude. Ooh. Man. Wait. Did I? Hold up. I think I just did. I think I did. Yo. Yo, my guy. What's up, bro? W return. I'm trying. Yo, why my audio keep going out, bro? Oh my gosh, bro. Trying to get my audio to work. It spikes in and it spikes out, which is stupid. Bro, I feel like it's been so long since I streamed. Bro, when was the last time I even streamed, bro? Bro, I know it was like forever ago, bro. Like, alright. I ain't streamed since, like, I ain't streamed, like, literally streamed. I ain't streamed in 40 days, bro. Alright, bro. I ain't streamed since August 11th. Bruh. Ray be home in a minute. How we feeling? I ain't gonna lie. I'm like low key shocked for real. I ain't gonna lie. I never thought I'd be back like for a while at that. Like, you know, being gone for so long and then, you know, returning back. Man, so much done happened, bro. That's all I'm gonna really say. So much done happened in the past while. But I ain't gonna lie, it feel good to be back though. That's one thing I am gonna say. It is good to be back. Cause for a while, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even know when I was gonna come back. But I'm feeling I don't even know how I'm feeling for real. And I know y'all could probably hear my PlayStation audio because for some reason John being dumb. I don't know why. Wait. Ooh. What the flip? So is this gonna keep happening? Or are we gonna go ahead and work? I ain't got time for this, man. But for real, bro, all I'm really gonna say is, like, I've been dealing with a lot of mental health issues. Like, I'm not really lying to y'all, bro. Like, I was really down in the gutter with my mental health. Like, I'm not even really hold you. Like, my mental health was just not where it was supposed to be at. And I was going through a very rough time. My mom's wasn't feeling good. So I, was taking care of her, and then I don't really want to say too much, but I really just I'm really like I was really lost for a long while. So I'm not gonna put my whole business out there, but I was going through a very rough time, and it took me a while to, cause I ain't gonna lie, chat. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It took me a little while to really, like, it took me a little while to really get back in that mode. It took me a little while to really find my passion again. You feel me? So it's like I'm sitting here struggling, like, to find myself and to find my purpose. Like, I lost every part of myself. I was mentally depressed. I didn't want to get out of bed, and I just stopped doing a lot of stuff. And now that a whole month later, a month and some change later, I'm finally back after a long while, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, chat, I'm gonna be real. I was not expecting to like really even like be this gone for real. Like I really wasn't expecting to be gone this long. But at the same time, my mental health came first, and God was really like an amazing person. Like, y'all don't understand the stuff that I done went through. I don't think nobody really understand. But it's like, I mean, some people probably will understand. But it's like, if I'm being honest, it came down to a point where I was really having like some crazy thoughts, chat. And I'm gonna sit here and be real with y'all. It was really like me battling with myself. So instead of me battling with myself, I looked at God, and God, did what God do. So I was more so leaning on myself. Like, through this whole month, been crying, mental breakdowns, and everything. I didn't even want to leave the house. I wouldn't even. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm not even really happy like how I used to be happy. I'm not really that type of person anymore. Like, I really feel like I lost my smile. I feel like I lost everything inside me. Like, my passion, like my happiness, all that. Everything just feel like it's just gone. But now that I took some time to myself, I was really deeply focusing on my relationship with Christ, and just doing time, he started to just show me the real. So I ain't gonna lie, chat, I started being out in nature more. You feel me? Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I be outside, not like outside. I be outside in grass, just grass. Like, I go outside and I sit on a rock, and then I just quiet. I probably play some like instrumental music. That's about it. But like, as far as talking and everything, I don't really talk like that no more. I'm more too of a quiet guy now than I was before. Like, sometimes I feel like a lot of things happen for a reason, and when what God did, God had to do. And I ain't gonna lie, in this season right now, bro, I'm healing, I'm getting better, but it's like I still feel like a piece of me is missing. You feel me? Like, I still feel like I'm not who I want to be at the moment. And for real, this probably not gonna be a long stream, because, like, I still want to take some time. But for real, like tomorrow's stream, I ain't gonna lie, we getting back in the games and all that. But today, I just wanted to sit here and I just wanted to talk with y'all about why I've been gone for a long while. So it's just, dealing with my mom. She was going through some stuff, and then dealing with what happened with my situation that I will not be talking about because it's kind of personal. But it came down to a point where I ain't want to be here no more. Chat, like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I really wanted to give up. I ain't want to stream no more. I ain't want to do nothing. I just cried, and it was just so hard to just pick myself up. And every time I tried to pick myself up, it would get worse. I fell, and sometimes I didn't even get up. But when I started reading my Bible more, because after the whole situation that happened, I didn't pick up my Bible. I just distanced myself from everything and everyone. I was doom scrolling on social media instead of trying to get myself together. And it came down to a point where I was like, I don't know what to do. So me telling myself I don't know what to do, I looked at my Bible and I picked it up. And before I opened it, I told God, I said, Lord, I'm suffering and I don't know what to do. And I'm scared, and I just didn't know how to handle my emotions myself. And the first thing that popped up in my head was go to Romans chapter 8. And I read through Romans chapter 8, and then I ran into verse 18. And it was Romans chapter 8 verse 18 was telling us, a lot of people suffer, a lot of people, we suffering in the present time, but due in time we're gonna have a joy that's coming to us and that we don't even know about yet. So basically, like, the suffering and pain that we're feeling right now can't compare to the joy that's coming our way. And once I really learned that verse, and once I really sat down with that verse, I started to try to get back up, and I started to try to get back moving. So I stopped working out for a while, but then I started back. I ain't really had no appetite, so I really ain't been eating. I barely been sleeping. I ain't gonna lie, till now, I don't really go to sleep until like late. Like, I'm talking about like probably 2 or 3 in the morning, maybe even 4. I be trying to force myself to go to sleep. I'm gonna be real with y'all, cause I can't. It be so hard to sleep. Sometimes it don't even feel right. So I started, just trying to get back on the right track. And then the unexpected came out of nowhere. Excuse me. My computer just shut down all the time, and I'm saying, like, bruh, how am I supposed to stream and my computer not trying to work, nothing trying to work? So for the last 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, I've been working on my computer day in and day out. And then I finally got it back to working. It's just my desktop audio. Y'all can't hear my PlayStation audio because for some reason it was just working before I started stream, and now that I started stream, now it ain't trying to work no more. And that's what really threw me, because how you gonna work for a fraction of a second and then stop working? But I really fell and I lost myself, chat. And I'm always the type of person to uplift somebody when they need it, but to be honest, it was like nobody was there for me when I needed it. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say people wasn't there, but it wasn't like I felt able enough to get up and just start being happy again. And after what I had lost, after what had everything happened to me, I told myself, man, at this point, I generally don't want to do nothing no more. I'm generally done with everything. I ain't gonna lie, the most thing I would actually do is probably go play basketball, chat. I'm gonna be real. I just probably go outside, play basketball for a little bit, and just come right back in the house, take a shower, and cry myself to sleep. I cried myself to sleep for about 2 weeks straight, maybe even 3. And then it was one thing I wasn't supposed to do. I wasn't supposed to get mad. I wasn't supposed to get angry. I wasn't supposed to do none of that. But I was so angry. I had hatred in my heart. I was just going crazy. Everything just felt like it was just not where I wanted to be at, bro. And ever since that day, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to explain myself without putting out information, cause I don't really want to talk about my business. But as far as my mental health, I can say that it's kind of getting better. Like, I'm not gonna say it's all the way getting better. I'm in a season of what I have learned from the Lord. I'm in a season of isolation, and basically I'm alone. Like, I don't really be on social media like that no more. I don't really be doing nothing else but most likely just trying to work on my computer, reading my Bible, or just being outside, sitting in nature. And as I be doing that, like, I'm gonna be real, one thing we all gotta start doing more, like, if I don't know if anybody else do this, but I just started to talk to God more. Not prayer. I mean, I pray every day. Even while I was going through what I was going through, I wrote down in my journal my prayers, and even if I just didn't feel like writing, I would say it. But I just started to talk to God more conversation wise. Like, I would just tell him everything that's on my mind, tell him everything that's on my heart, and how I'm feeling about certain things. And that's another thing that really helped me with my situations, just being alone and talking to him. Sometimes I wouldn't even get on my phone for real. Half of the time in the morning, I won't even touch my phone. Half of the time, I'm just alone, quiet. Especially at night, sometimes I just be in a dark room, or I be having my LED lights on. It's one of the two. But I just be sitting in a dark room, talking to God about my thoughts, or just trying to understand how I'm feeling and how I can move away from how I'm feeling. You feel me? So I'm learning more and more how to be a better version of myself. And even though it's not gonna really be that long of a stream, but I really appreciate, like, I don't even know. It's just, I really appreciate, all my supporters for real. Like, hitting 300 subscribers was a crazy milestone for me. And it felt like sometimes I feel like I hit 300 subscribers for no reason, just for me to be inconsistent. But my mental health wasn't in the right place, and having those thoughts where you don't want to be on this, want to be here anymore, man, that bring you down quicker than you'll ever think. So I really been surrendering myself to Christ, and I've been doing that, a lot. Even before I stopped, I would try to uplift people as much as I can, to help them on their walk with Christ, or just give them advice. And as that's the reason why I'm here. I'm here to continue to uplift people and fulfill my dreams, fulfill my goals. And this is my goal. This is where I want to be at. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to come back into streaming. It feels good to know that, like, I can still do it. I can still put out content. I can still be active. And I know everybody started school already, so some are already over. Some are already over. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I did pretty good this summer. I've attained 200 subscribers in, when was it? I think June. Oh, let me go check. I don't know when I hit 200 subscribers, but I know it was I think it was, I don't know. I think it was like early 2025 when I hit 200 subscribers. And then now I'm at 300. Like, man, y'all understand how much, like, it's a dream come true to be this far. And it be so hard to even, like, I ain't gonna lie, I felt so disappointed in myself, chat, that I couldn't even open the computer half of the time. Like, while I was going through, I couldn't even open my computer. I haven't touched my computer in a while. But after I started to get my confidence back, I tried to work on it. Then I stopped working on it because I just couldn't deal with myself. But now I finally have returned. And y'all gonna start seeing more of me for real, because I'm not gonna let y'all down like how I used to. I got goals ahead of me. I got so much ahead of me right now. And through these times, I want y'all to know, like, this grind ain't gonna stop. I'm still going through what I'm going through, but I'm gonna handle that behind the scenes, behind what I'm going through. You know, but if people ask me, how I'm doing, I'm gonna be honest. I'm doing better than I was. Not the best, but God never said the walk with Him was gonna be easy. So that's why I really obliged by when He said, when we walk with Him, it's not gonna be easy, but it's gonna get better during time, especially with Him. So I started trusting in God more than I trusted in myself, and that's why I really understand Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6 when the Lord said, and it said, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understandings, but in all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. So me just reminiscing that in my head, trying to follow Him, it just made more sense. And and it just, when I just started walking with Him more, talking with Him more, just trying to obey God and seek the kingdom of heaven first, I started to gain myself back. I'm not gonna say I'm fully healed and I'm fully perfect. There's no being perfect in this world. But one thing I can say is I do feel the connection of myself coming back. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous right now, chat. Because I never thought I would be back here now. And I'm gonna be real, chat. My birthday is in 10 days. 10 more days, September 30th. I'm gonna be 19 years old, chat. And I was like, I gotta do something before my birthday. I gotta get back in. I gotta start getting my mind right before my birthday, because I don't want to be down bad and trying to get my streaming career together and my mind ain't right. So I locked in with Christ and everything just started just getting better. It's not fully there yet, but with doing His time, He always gonna make a way for us. So I really appreciate everybody who joined the stream for real. I know, like I said, I already told you it wasn't gonna be a long stream. It wasn't gonna be the longest stream. But trust and believe, there's gonna be more long streams ahead of us for real. Cause I know Little Nightmares 3 Ray come out too. Little Nightmares 3 Ray come out, so we gotta beat Little Nightmares 2. Still the Finance at Freddy's marathon. We gotta get back on that. Some more horror games. And more. There's so much more to come for real, chat. And I'm just ready to get back on this ground with y'all and not let up. So I really appreciate everybody who joined the stream, bro, for real. I love y'all boys, man. God bless everybody. And trust and believe, I'm getting better. So if I don't stream tomorrow, don't hate me for it. I'm just taking some time to myself. Taking some time to contemplate my thoughts. If I do stream tomorrow, just let y'all know we straight heading back on the grind. But I gotta still work on my computer a little bit because my desktop audio is not trying to work and it's annoying. So all I'm gonna say is God bless everybody, and we back on this grind. And I'm back. I ain't going nowhere else.